Princess Afsheen. Once upon a time, a merciful king ruled the country of Rome. The king was very just, virtuous and brave. The king had only one daughter whose name was Afsheen. Princess Afsheen was extremely beautiful and intelligent. Princess Afsheen had a huge garden in her palace in which rare plants were brought from far and wide. Every evening the princess would take a walk in the garden with her maids and play with the colorful butterflies. One evening the princess was playing in her garden as usual and was running after butterflies to catch them. Butterflies would sometimes sit on this flower and sometimes on it. Coincidentally, the king of country Kui Kaf, whose gluttonous son was sitting on the throne, was touring the sky. His throne, which was in the shape of a huge dragon, was carried by 4 terrible giants. Gluttonous' throne was flying above the clouds. Gluttonous wore a magical lens, which gave him clear vision. When Gluttonous saw Princess Afsheen, he was stunned by her beauty. At the same time, he ordered his slaves to take down the throne in the garden. When the throne came down, the maids ran away screaming. Princess Afsheen fainted and fell down. Gluttonous lifted her and put her on his throne and said, "I will make this beautiful girl my queen. Now let's go back to Kui Kaf." On hearing this, the slaves took the throne on their shoulders and left for Kui Kaf. On the other hand, the maids reached the queen and the king and told them the whole story. Hearing this, the queen fell down and fainted. The king panicked and ran barefoot to the garden, but there was nothing there, and the princess had been taken away by Gluttonous Jinn. There was chaos in the entire empire. The one who heard it started shedding tears. After consulting the royal astrologer and the prime minister, the king announced that the person who frees Princess Afsheen from the prison of the ghost of Kui Kaf would be the heir to the throne. On hearing this announcement, many noble princes and young men left their homes, but none of them knew the way to Kui Kaf and wandered here and there and failed to return. A young merchant Usman also lived in a village in country Rome. When he heard this announcement, he thought he should try his luck. "May God help me and let me free the princess from ghost prison." Thinking this, Usman packed his luggage and rode his horse to the east. In the afternoon, Usman reached a forest and lay down under a thick tree. The sound startled him. When he looked up, he saw that a dangerous black snake was wrapped around the bird sitting on a branch of the tree and wanted to bite him. The businessman Usman felt great compassion for the bird, but the problem was how to save the bird. As soon as it climbed the tree, the snake was about to bite the bird. After thinking, a recipe came to Usman's mind. He quickly removed the shield hanging from the horse's saddle. The shield was as bright as glass. Usman placed the shield on the ground in such a way that it turned towards the snake sitting on the tree. When the black snake saw its reflection in the shining shield, it thought that another snake had come. He began to blow in a bored manner. The merchant Usman quickly put an arrow in his bow and shot it with the name of Allah. The fast-moving arrow hit the snake directly in its fangs, causing the snake to die in agony. The bird escaped and quickly flew in front of businessman. "But what was it that a beautiful fairy was smiling in front of Usman?" said the fairy. "Oh man, thank you so much, you saved my life. I am the special maid of the fairy queen. Today, I went out for a walk as a bird and fell into the hands of this snake. If you had not come, this snake would have killed me." Usman laughed and said, "Oh fairy, it is the duty of every human being to take pity on animals and help them." The fairy said happily, "You are a very good person. Tell me how I can help you." Usman said, "I am going to Kui Kaf to free Afsheen, the princess of Rome, from her imprisonment. It would be great if you could tell me the way to reach Kui Kaf." After hearing this, fairy got into thinking. Then she said that you have undertaken a very difficult task, but nothing is difficult for brave people. Take this mango, and cut the mango near the old banyan tree in the southern part of the forest. Under this tree there is a colony of dwarfs. They are very fond of eating mangoes. They will ask you for mangoes, But you will always give them and say that if the Dwarf King goes with me to Ka'i Kaf, I will give them mangoes. Today is not the season for mangoes. I am sure the Dwarf King will agree with you. The Dwarf King will tell you what to do after that. Osman thanked the fairy, so he broke one of his feathers and gave it to Usman and said that whenever you get into any trouble, put it on your hair. I will come to your aid. Bye-bye. This is the first part of the story of Princess Afsheen. If you want to listen the full story, do subscribe our channel. Thank you.